All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're taking a look at a really unique educational path, one that's literally creating the future of manufacturing. And it all starts with chemistry. We're going inside Japan's technical high schools to see exactly how they're building the next wave of chemical pros. It's easy to forget, but pretty much everything around us is powered by chemistry. I mean, the smartphone in your hand, the medicine that keeps us all going, it's all chemistry. It's kind of this invisible force that's the real engine behind modern life, shaping our world in ways we don't even notice. So that begs the question, right? If you're someone who wants to be on the front lines, actually creating the stuff of the future, where do you even begin? How do you get the real hands-on skills to actually build that future? Well, the answer might be somewhere you'd never expect. For a ton of students in Japan, it's the industrial chemistry department of a technical high school. Yeah, really. It's this super practical pathway designed to basically fast-track you right into a real-world career. Okay, so let's dig into how chemistry is shaping our world through these schools. What exactly makes this path so special? Let's break down what these students are learning and, more importantly, where it can actually take them. So first things first, what are we even talking about here? In industrial chemistry department, it sounds super formal, but it's not just about textbooks and theory. It's all about something the Japanese call monozukuri, which is basically the art of making things. Think of it this way. These students are learning to create the essential ingredients that companies need to build, well, everything from cars to cosmetics. And the goal here is really clear. On one hand, it's about training skilled technicians who can jump right into a manufacturing job. They're learning how chemical reactions are used in the real world of monozukuri. But it's also about something bigger. It's about developing professionals who are thinking about a sustainable future. And, just as important, it's about building a certain kind of person, someone who's enthusiastic, tough, and ready for hands-on work. All right, let's go from beakers to big machines. What does a day in the life of one of these students actually look like? Come on, let's step inside the lab. Okay, this is where it gets really cool. Forget about just reading a textbook. Here, you learn by doing. And I'm not talking about some dinky little lab. These schools have incredible, state-of-the-art facilities. I mean, they've got everything from the basic beakers and burners for your first experiments, all the way up to full-scale industrial plant machinery, the kind of stuff you'd see in a real factory. And the whole thing is structured as a 3-year journey. The first year, it's all about mastering the basics. You're learning fundamental skills like how to measure density, and you're making everyday stuff, like soap. Then, in year 2, you start to specialize. You're tackling more complex procedures, synthesizing actual materials. But the 3rd year, that's when you really get to take the lead. You're using these advanced analytical machines to run your own research projects. In that final year research, it unlocks some seriously incredible creativity. I mean, look at this stuff. Students aren't just following a recipe from a book. They're tackling huge, real-world problems like investigating microplastic pollution in their local lakes. Or, get this, developing eco-friendly water purifiers from natto, the fermented soybeans. And it's not all serious business. They're also doing fun creative things like making glowing erasers and crafting transparent soap. Just amazing. Okay, I want to zoom in on one project in particular that I think is just brilliant. It's about a crayon made from wasted vegetables, and it perfectly shows how these students combine technical skill with a real powerful social mission. So check this out. Students at Yatsushiro Industrial High School saw a problem in their community. A lot of food was being wasted, and so were lost flowers, flowers that don't get sold. So what was their solution? The Yatsushiro plant crayon. It's so smart. They actually teamed up with a local bakery, a florist, and a veggie shop to collect all this waste. Then they used their chemistry skills to extract the natural colors and create these amazing eco-friendly crayons for little kids in elementary school. And their goal wasn't just to make a crayon. It was so much bigger than that. The students themselves said it best. They hoped that using these crayons would get younger kids interested in environmental issues. How awesome is that? It's education, community, and sustainability all rolled into one incredible project. So, this is a launchpad to a career. But where does all this amazing hands-on education actually lead? After 3 years of building skills and running projects like that, what happens when they graduate? Well, the opportunities are incredibly diverse. You might think a technical school leads to just one kind of job, but that's not the case at all. As you can see, the paths graduates take are super balanced. There's a pretty even split between those who go straight into a job, those who continue on to university or college, and those who go into civil service.
And when you look at the actual jobs, they're all over the map. In the chemical industry, you've got graduates becoming plant operators, the people who run the giant machines, or they're working in R&D and quality control. In civil service, their technical skills can lead them to become police officers, firefighters, or municipal technicians. And that's not all. Their skills are needed everywhere, from food production to environmental services.
And listen, we are not talking about small-time jobs here. Graduates from these programs are getting hired by some of the biggest, most respected companies in the world. We're talking global leaders like Mitsui Chemicals, Takeda Pharmaceutical, and Mitsubishi Chemical. These companies are lining up to hire these kids because they know they have real, practical skills from day one.
And don't just take my word for it. You can hear it straight from the graduates themselves. Here's a quote from an alum who now works at Cosmo Oil. They said, "What I learned in the industrial chemistry department has become a great strength for me in my current job." I mean, that says it all, right? It's a perfect testament to how well this program sets you up for success.
But what if you're thinking, I want to go to university? Well, that door is wide open too. A lot of these students go on to top national universities and these really elite technical colleges called COSIN. And honestly, their hands-on experience gives them a huge advantage over students who've only ever seen a textbook.
All right, your future, your choice. So when we boil it all down, what's the big takeaway here? What really makes this such a powerful option for a young person's future? Well, it's pretty simple. You graduate with way more than just a diploma.
I mean, check this out. Students walk out of high school with actual nationally recognized professional qualifications. We're talking things like hazardous materials handler, a certification that schools want every single student to pass. And get this, they can automatically qualify as a poisonous and deleterious substances handling manager just by graduating. These aren't just little certificates. These are serious, career-making credentials that put them way ahead of the game. So when you put it all together, it's so clear that this is way more than just a high school program. It's a launch pad. It's a direct pipeline for young people to become the exact skilled professionals that our industries are desperate for. They're the innovators who are literally going to help build a better, more sustainable world for all of us. What this whole thing proves is that you don't have to wait until after college to start making a difference, to start building a better world. You can start right in high school. So it really leaves you with just one question, doesn't it? What kind of future do you want to create?